How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Kaiju Cave. Today I'd like to discuss my theories on Godzilla 2014, what happens after, and leading up to Godzilla King of the Monsters. The first thing I'd like to discuss about Godzilla 2014 is, let's discuss the nuke that went off at the end, and Godzilla waking up and going back to the sea. My theory is that nuke wasn't too far away from the city, so the radioactive fallout would have been serious. So what I think is, after Godzilla left the city, he went out to where that nuke was, out in the water, and kind of hovered in that area and kind of absorbed all that radiation over time for the past 5 years leading up to Godzilla King of the Monsters. Also, with the nuke going off, looking at Godzilla Awakening, the graphic novel, that could very well be what woke up that creature. And just my opinion, that creature looks just like a Muto, maybe modified. Maybe it's the leader of the Mutos, or maybe it's a mutated version of a Muto. But in my opinion, it looks like a Muto. I mean, just from the pictures of it. And as far as Godzilla Awakening before Godzilla 2014, they talk about Godzilla sleeping through time and kind of missing all the the eras that happened. But just because Godzilla hibernates doesn't mean he's out of the game. Nothing says that Godzilla can't wake up and go and do a few things and then go back to sleep. It's a metaphor, Godzilla, sleeps through time, or he's hibernating, but that doesn't mean that at any point in time he can't wake up to defend the world, or defend, his title. So that's kind of my theory on that. When you read Godzilla, the graphic novel, Godzilla Awakening, take it for what it is. It's informative. It's not meant to be taken like, oh my gosh, it's exact. Godzilla exactly says what he did, and he slept the whole time. No, that's not it. My other thing is I've been hearing a lot of stuff go on about, are there two Godzillas, and was that a different Godzilla's bones at the beginning of Godzilla 2014? Okay, look, director Gareth Edwards, Ken Watanabe, it was a similar species to Godzilla. Okay, let me elaborate on that. Similar species as in a Titan, not a Godzilla. So I think a lot of people are just reading into that too much. Oh my gosh, there was two Godzillas, and no, there doesn't need to be two Godzillas. There never needs to be two Godzillas. There doesn't need to be. There just needs to be one. If there's two Godzillas, it takes away from the majesty. Of there only being one, it takes away from how special that is, and I don't think that they should implement another Godzilla. And that just goes into my next theory as to where, people are talking about, oh, when's Godzilla Jr. going to show up, or is there going to be a baby Godzilla? No, there doesn't need to be a baby Godzilla. Let's keep the legendary MonsterVerse serious. There doesn't need to be a little roly-poly Godzilla showing up. There doesn't need to be 10,000 Godzilla eggs or another Godzilla. No. There's one Godzilla, people. It just needs to stay one Godzilla. So that's my theories on that. And then my next thing I'd like to talk about is, at the end of Kong Skull Island, it shows the wall murals of Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, and Godzilla and King Ghidorah. And it shows Godzilla fighting King Ghidorah. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, that's just like it's like a prediction of what's going to happen in the future, or, it's, things foretold to come. I don't think that's the case. I think Godzilla has fought King Ghidorah in the past. I think they're going to elaborate on that in Godzilla King of the Monsters when it comes out. And I think that Godzilla defeated King Ghidorah and encased him in ice. I mean, I'm really anxious to see how they did that. I'm really excited to see it. So, and I hope they touch on that, as well as King Ghidorah's origins. They don't need to touch too seriously on that. If he's a space monster, okay, bam, he came down to the world, crashed in a comet or an asteroid. That's all they have to do. They don't have to talk about anything else. That just brings me to one of my next theories, the Mutos. You know, that is the female Muto's head that they showed in the trailers of Godzilla King of the Monsters. There's no way around it. It's not some weird creature. It's not some special creature. People, you know, put in HD, zoom in on it. It's the female Muto's head. They recovered it. Obviously, they're not going to be able to recover her body. I mean, that is a significant mass, you know, that they would have, and significant resources that it would take to recover that. But the head's possible. They could definitely probably recover the head, take it to wherever their laboratory is, freeze it, and study it. And I think that's what we're going to see. But as far as the back to the nuke going off at the end of Godzilla King of the Monsters, I think that's serious. That's going to lead to a lot of things. The awakening of other kaiju or, you know, titans, and I do think that's, you know, where Godzilla goes and gathers energy while he waits. The other thing about that is people are like, oh, Godzilla had trouble fighting the Mutos, and he barely was able to fight off two, and he's going to have trouble fighting King Ghidorah. No, he's not. You don't understand. Godzilla wasn't subject to modern nuclear energy like the two Mutos were. Both of those Mutos ate nukes, modern nukes, so they're powered up. You know, Godzilla comes up out of nowhere, you know, after resting with no exposure to modern nuclear energy, and so yeah, he's tired. He's been out of the game for a bit. You know, now that he's going to get powered up, you know, absorbing the nuclear energy from that nuke that went off, or, you know, various other methods, he's going to be ready. And I think when King Ghidorah shows up, I think we're in for a treat. So that's it for now, guys. That's my theories on Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla 2014, and leading up from Godzilla Awakening all the way to Godzilla Aftermath, the graphic novel. If you like the content of this video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below, and we'll see you again soon.